played with so many different combinations. So might as well just get rid of probably the best carry in the current patch.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty nice for them to win for Navi, sorry, right now, because they can just be like, hey, you know what? We're just going to ban out these two heroes, the Void and the Sven, never have to play a competitive game against them again, hopefully, at least in their current iterations. You know, wait for the patch coming on Thursday. How do you think the patch has affected how these players are coming into the series, though? Do you think they're going to have done less preparation, more preparation?
I do feel like these teams are going to be a bit more lax because they're not going to most likely be eliminated by the time new patch comes out, most of them. So they're going to be like, alright, let's just go into this game, let's just do what we know. They're not going to try to like develop something new in the current patch. They'll just do what they already know and just play that out. And when the new patch comes, that's when we're going to see all these teams putting all their efforts, all their thoughts into that, getting really focused and motivated. When I was a player and I knew like a new patch was coming, there was a tournament being played, my motivation was like at an all-time low. And for a lot of these teams, it's going to be something like that. So we might actually see some really crazy games where both teams are like, very scrappy, more team fights, just trying to battle it out. That's what I really expect from this next few days at least.
Hopefully, yeah, we get some scrappy Dota coming down, just really kind of push the limits of what the rest of the patch can give us, maybe try and pull out one more ace card. There's nothing more to hide now, you're done. This is the end of the road. Patch coming on Thursday, so any kind of fun things you wanted to try out, give them a go before they get changed. Now is the time, and we may well be seeing this. Let's get back into this draft. We have an Io and a Mars picked up by Navi. Meanwhile, Live to Win, they've grabbed the Slaughter and the Ancient Apparition. Interesting AA pick. What do you think the reason for this is? Just the counter to the Io?
So, yep, just straight up counter to the IO. This is what most teams' top counter is against this hero. Like, IO is all about the healing, right? And just amplifying your carry. So Apparition pretty much stops that. You don't even need to hit the IO with your Ice Blast. You just need to hit the target that you want to kill. As IO won't be able to mech them up and heal them for like 1000 HP or something. Slaughter, another top hero in the current patch, plays really well with a lot of the range position 4 heroes, and it buffs up your carry because you're gonna minus armor the enemy for your carry to do a lot of damage. Then Navi picking up like this Mars is just standard 3 hero. Roger plays it super well. I think one of the reasons they also pick Slaughter as well is like to take that away from Roger. Like, sorry, not Roger. General plays like such a good Slaughter, so. We're gonna take that away, and Navi just gonna pick the Mars, so it doesn't. They don't get like all these position 3s banned out in the second phase. That makes it really annoying for Navi to draft.
Yeah, and don't forget, of course, Io Slaughter, that combination has been absolutely brutal. Navi would love to have run that, so they're just going to take that out of their hands straight away. Do you think the Slaughter is going to be enough setup for the Ancient Apparition? Because with all the successful Ancient Apparitions I've seen, you have needed that lockdown, something like an arena to just hold them still and allow the AA Blast to actually connect. Is the Slaughter enough?
Probably not. I think Slaughter plays at a different pace than Apparition, so Slaughter's going to be more like advanced in the backlines. So the Apparition, like if you do long range Ice Blast, sure it can work. The heroes that I expect them to pick is like Void Spirit for this Apparition. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, like the Spirit heroes are really good with Apparition. They can set up very well for this Ice Blast to land. So Sven would have been obviously nice, it's gone. PA banning out from Navi, that's a really good ban because Dagger, Apparition, the lane is really strong, and you're pretty much going to be like the strongest carry with the Slaughter on your team as well. Really good against IO. So Navi banning out really good heroes here. But I do expect like a Void Spirit or some sort picked up from Live to Win. Maybe even a Puck. That's also really good.
And Phoenix.
Okay, so this Phoenix pick is again another block pick, I think, from Live to Win, because Mars Phoenix could have been a possibility. And Navi going for a Venge. Ooh, this makes me think they're gonna go for a Medusa here. I don't like Drow. I really don't like Drow here for Navi. I think Drow, Io, Venge is like kind of like gonna be hard unless Navi pick another mid hero who can frontline. I don't like Drow, but I do like Medusa. I think that could be interesting. And Dusa doesn't really care about Apparition that much. Like, the thing about picking Drow for Navi is like they're gonna pressure themselves into picking another melee hero who can like stand in the front. Like, Io wants to play with these heroes who can go in, right? If you pick a Drow and then you have the Venge as well, now you have like 2 heroes you don't have the option to connect with.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, the Drought can have, sorry, the Medusa can have problems with the Slardar. She's not like quite farmed up, but at the same time, you know, we'll get Manta, maybe not too bad. We'll obviously get Lotus on the Mars as well to try and counter that, and there's the Void Spirit for Live to Win. Na'Vi, there it is, straight in with the juice. Just what we wanted to see.
Alright, just what we wanted to see. 2 for 2, I'll take that.
Yeah, doing good, love that. But what do you think of the support on the side of Live to Win? Because I've got worries about this. Phoenix and AA, I mean, these kind of feel like two heroes who just want to chill in the backlines, not really worry about getting into the fights too much, and they also feel like they need somebody who is gonna like make them work, and I don't feel that Slardar does that for them. In fact, I would say a Slardar is a hero which you need to make work. So I'd say almost Live to Win have 3 heroes which are missing their counterpart, and I don't think this last pick is going to be enough for Live to Win to fill that void, especially as a carry. So I'm a little bit confused about this twin draft.
Well, right now Na'Vi banned out Anti-Mage. I hated this ban. I think it's a terrible ban in my opinion. I always talk about this. Like, Anti-Mage is not a good hero against Medusa. Like, every hero in Dota has like a 30% win rate at least, right? Sure, you can win against Dusa, but it's actually like a difficult matchup against Dusa. You can see in games where AM versus Dusa, what happens is Dusa gets farmed while AM is farming, and then she hits her timings faster, and then they just like walk down a lane and fight 5 versus 4 into your team, and AM can't find the angle to blink in and like kill this Medusa because she's being protected and being buffed up, you know? Anti-Mage is one of the worst heroes like to get buffed up. He doesn't really utilize buffs that well, to be honest, compared to other carries in the patch. That's why we don't see a lot of AM picked to begin with. But yeah, PL, that was a good ban, I think. PL can pretty hard counter Venge, Dusa, and IO. Yeah. PL is like a pretty decent hero because, you know, he doesn't commit to the fights like Anti-Mage does. He can just throw these illusions out and make a lot of chaos. So that ban, I can agree with. It was nice. In terms of like the combination of heroes for Live to Win, I think this Void Spirit kind of like made their lineup like really good. Because he can do a little bit of everything, right? He has enough damage, he can also do physical damage, he can set up for his apparition, he can protect the Phoenix, you know, the silence, the chaos, and the fights, it all works, I think. And the Void Spirit can also play with the Slardar. These two heroes being paired up can pretty much kill Venge, Mars, Io, not a problem for them. The Dusa is really just a problem right now. So this last pick for Live to Win, I think it needs to be able to deal with the Dusa one way or another. So that's what I'm not entirely sure of what hero they're going to pick up.
Well, that makes the Na'Vi bans make much more sense then, because the AM and the PL, you know, PL with Refusal, and with Mana Burn, it does cause some issues for this Medusa, and that would give them some great ways to kill them. But let's have a look at this Na'Vi pick here. I mean, they don't have long left, 27 seconds on the reserve timer. Any snap prediction coming in? I think
so. They need a mid hero, someone who can fight constantly and not let the enemy run into your jungle.
Ember?
Yeah, so they picked both of the spirits up, Void and the Ember, the core ones. And now Live to Win, they carry. It's not the easiest carry to pick because it's the last pick carry and almost all the good ones have been banned. We do still have a Morphling available. That could be interesting for Live to Win here. Spectre is still available too. I think Spectre could be nice. With the Void Spirit, you can always be the +1, try to kill like Io and the Venge in the fights first, and then try to like isolate the Dusa, deal with her later. That could be interesting. But I think Morphling probably the best choice, honestly.
I really like that Morphling option as well. I think that would be great at just blowing up the Venge and the Io backline.
I just don't like the
or Lifestealer.
I just don't like the Apparition Morphling lane though. That's like a really bad lane. They could also pick another mid hero and put the Void Spirit as a safe laner. Dream can play Void Spirit. Yeah. That's also a possibility. They could put another mid laner. Now the other mid laner they could put is kind of like a question too. Honestly, bust out like some random sniper or shadow fiend or something.
I'm gonna say Lifestealer over Morphling for me. I just kind of like the idea of having like another guy who can frontline for Phoenix and this.
It's really bad against Dusa though, Lifestealer.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's a very bad matchup. Because every time you rage, you go in, he just clicks her ultimate, and now you're running away while your rage is up, and then you just die. You just get chased down.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I guess that can be annoying. I mean, my counterpoint there would be like these fights are looking quite long for Live to Win, but Naga Siren. She comes slithering up from the depths. Hello there, I haven't seen you in a long time. A Dream Naga can come out from Live to Win as their final pick to spice things up in this draft. Do you like it? see the cogs turning. I can see them working. Brain like maximum overcharge.
So this is a lot on FN now, like because of this Naga pick, right? Like this Naga needs an incredible amount of space. Now she can create some space of herself because she's playing against Venge and Io, but that's also going to give a lot of farm for Medusa now, right? Now this Medusa has like all these waves coming in. She can just collect them and hit these insanely good timings, and Ember can deal with Naga as well. I'm gonna have to favor Navi's draft here. I think this Naga is like a poor man's Phantom Lancer in this game.
I mean, I really like Naga as a hero, so maybe a little bit of bias here, but I actually really like this Naga pick. I think it does a lot for Liv to win. We were talking about how they need a carry, which is going to set up for the AA Blast and defend the egg and enable the heroes of Immersion and Snako. And Naga can kind of do that with her ultimate, you know, and Net as well. There's actual possibility for her to make this happen. I think Liv to win's draft, though, is a bit too Galaxy Brain for me. Like, I like it, but, you know, I think... Alright, I'd say if this was like Nigma, who are very, very good at, like, you know, these mechanical combinations, very comfortable with the Phoenix, I would be favoring Liv to win massively, like, regardless of skill level, but just, like, how they play. Liv to win, though, I just haven't seen enough to believe that they can pull off this draft. Also, I really like it in some circumstances. It could be the Dream. I don't think Dream's going to make it happen this time around, unfortunately. I'm going to go with Na'Vi as well, but we'll see what happens here in game number 1, the very first game of the DotaPIT. Let's get into it, Steven.
Let's do it indeed. I was hoping for you to choose Liv to win so we can have a wager on the line here, but you know, alright, you backed down. You also went with the Na'Vi.
I can't do it, you know, Na'Vi, and they're using a stand-in on Liv to win as well. Like, come on, man, I'm not crazy. I do like their draft, but yeah, it's not quite enough to a favorite of a Na'Vi this game.
Dream has been playing with this team for a bit, though, even though he is, you know, quote-unquote stand, right?
True.
Like the last games, he's been playing with them, so it's not like they already knew that he was not part of this team. Maybe he is the new carry player of this team, so that could just be it. Because if ILTW left this team, like there's no way he's leaving the team if he's still playing. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna stand in for another team while his team is playing in the tournament. So
yeah,
I do assume that.
A little bit weird.
So I'm pretty sure it was probably mutual and they just moved on. And I'm pretty sure Dream is carry for this team. So you guys don't need to think like, oh, they have a stand or whatever. Like Dream is the one they were playing with. So yeah. We're gonna see some cool Naga gameplay. That being said, like I really think this is a poor man's Phantom Lancer. Not the biggest fan of it. I think this Dusa is gonna just out-carry this game at some point.
Well, we'll see how the cookie crumbles. Afterlife is going to be able to take the bounce rune down here. Meanwhile, on top, a bit of trading going on between Dream and General as well. Dream actually taking a decent amount of damage here. Thankfully, has that high armor, so the God's Rebuke doesn't do a ridiculous amount, but still, it hurts quite a lot.
Indeed. Just got poked out. She has pretty decent regen too, so
oh yeah, this was a brace of Mars. This is a Mars with Shared Tango, Brace of Fairy Fire. What an absolute...
And Nio.
Yeah, what a
flame. So Nio's gonna give him a little bit of extra health regen, so this build makes a lot of sense. As soon as he gets that second bracer, he's a beast, man. That's 16 damage in the 2 items.
Yeah, Dream already having a miserable time up in this top lane as the harassment is just very, very severe from General and Rogers. You know, Snake's trying to just come in with his chilling touches and like, please sir. I was actually choosing it to try and get last hit, which didn't work. Oh dear. Well, hopefully things will start to improve up here in the top lane as Dream takes a little bit more harassment. Nothing more than that from General and Roger. They can't really secure kills here unless they get a really good spear, but you know, they're going to be happy just to try and dominate this lane, and we'll see how this Naga does. Hopefully she gets herself more than a singular last hit in this lane, as the case is so far. Meanwhile, down the bottom, we've got V-Tune on the Medusa, and we've got Vengeful being played by Always Want to Fly versus Afterlife and Slada, and Immersion on the Phoenix.
Yeah, this bottom lane should be pretty easy actually for the Dusa bench. Normally Dusa bench doesn't have the easiest time in the laning stage, but Slaughter Phoenix, not the best combination of offlaners. They will have a little bit more impact in the mid game, but in this laning stage, they're not going to be pressuring this Dusa whatsoever. So they really get away with that on the side of Na'Vi here.
Yeah, she can chill a bit, hold the snake for these creeps. Oh, lovely, lovely. Look at that mana coming back as well. Vision is very happy. Meanwhile, up towards mid, we've got Iceberg and FN, the 2 Spirit Brothers, just gonna battle it out with one another. These guys, they kind of just nullify each other, really. Sometimes we see somebody pull ahead real hard if someone gets like a good rune or something, but generally, these lanes do tend to be quite even.
Indeed, it's just the runes, the 4-minute runes that we're looking out for. Looking back, I feel like I would have had more faith in Live to Win's draft had they banned out the Ember instead of the Puck, because then they could have taken away this Ember Spear hero who the Io can also play with in the mid game. So the Io would have only had the option to play with the Mars had the Ember been taken away. But right now, we're going to see some pair up with the Io Ember, and I think that's where the Void Spirit is going to have a lot of pressure being put on him.
Yeah, I mean, can Void Spirit jungle, or do you really want to see him rotating when he hits like the level 6s?
Oh, he cannot afford to jump on this game. If you see this Void Spirit actually jungling in this game, Live to Win are in a lot of trouble. Like, this Naga needs so much space that you need to constantly be playing with your teammates and trying to apply pressure to your opponent. You don't have any time to go into the woods yourself on Void.
Yeah. It really is going to be a battle of space here between the Naga and the Medusa. I think this game could feel very convincing if it ends up being one team can control the other's triangle or jungle area, so keep an eye out for that.
So far, bottom lane looking super good for the Medusa. She's gonna have a good start. She's gonna get her items, go into the jungle, gonna be farming really quickly. Her counterpart, Naga Siren, very much struggling. Mars is just like absolutely beasting on this lane with that HP regen from the Io. Like, this headdress is doing so much, right? This Mars has 11.5 health regen while that overcharges on him.
Yeah, I imagine Dream's probably going to be picking up this second Wraith Band and just kind of heading to the jungle and maybe sending some creeps to lane to see if she can scavenge some last hits, but I'm reckoning it's going to be pretty much jungle time from here on out for the Naga Siren.
Power rune time. It looks like Iceberg is not going to be able to refill his bottle, so is FN, because Soneko is just... Oh, he got it!
Soneko wasn't ready for it! Picks it up inside of the Sleight of Fist. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that was very greedy from Soneko. He wanted to, like, pick it up after Ember wastes some time coming to the rune, and he just gave Ember the chance to just slide and take it. That was max sleight, right? Level 3.
Yep.
Really didn't expect that in the end. Oh, that is so bad for FN now. He's gonna be pretty mad.
Yeah, he's not gonna be too happy about that one. But you know, one thing to be said about... Okay, Soneko in some trouble now. Oh no, one mistake after the other. Pops a fairy fire. General still chasing. Won't finish the job though. Soneko will survive, but still no first blood in this game. 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in.
Not bad. We're gonna have some fights over the Appearance too right now.
Yeah, Merchant trying to come forward. This is looking pretty greedy. Pichu, does he have the damage? I think he very well might, although turning it around as Uplife comes into it on a fly. He's got a delivering crush available. They're going to be able to take him down. And Merchant even swooping in for the kill. A bit greedy, but totally worth it as they bring down always want to fly. And actually, Pichu could be in some trouble here as well. Not a bash available right now, but Pichu is tanky enough to be able to survive through. Has the mana shield also available, so Uplife won't be getting this kill, but still very nice for them to get this kill down at bottom, and very much needed for the side of them to win.
Definitely. They need these 4 heroes to be very farmed, apart from the Naga, like in the early games, so they can keep applying pressure, and getting that first blood for themselves is good. They got kind of baited, right, on Always Wanna Fly. The Phoenix did have the Icarus dive available, B2 already using Snake, so the damage output really wasn't there, but they still try to take that fight to Live to Win, and just giving away a first blood. A little bit of a mistake, I would say.
Yep, slight misstep, punished accordingly. Don't want to be giving stuff like that away. Meanwhile, Dream does still seem to be hanging around this top lane, which I don't know. She seems to be starting to get a couple more CS off this Mars. General's still scary, but without the IO, General can be beaten down pretty heavily by these illusions. He can't take them out with the God's Rebuke. Naga's just got too much armor for that to happen.
Exactly, and Riptide also removing Mars's armor. He will take a lot of damage for sure from this, but IO will be able to come back top here and heal him up. The big thing that just happened in the last 10 seconds, Nomad, is Iceberg picked up another rune, and this one is really strong with the skill build that he has.
Oh god. Double damage with 3 points and Sleight of Fist. Yeah, this is big amounts of smacks coming out from Iceberg if he wants to TP to a lane, or just kind of dominate in mid. Whatever he decides to do, he is going to be able to do it.
Yeah, so what this means is if Live to Win try to make an aggressive play, the Ember can TP in.
Up top, in comes FN, double jump forward straight onto General, trying to bring him down, and they will have the damage, or will they, as the heals come through? Is it enough? It is not. They get the kill, now they need to get themselves away, as Iceberg with his double damage coming through, look comes Zaneko. He's got another sleight of fist. Oh my god. He takes him down. He absolutely destroys him. Roger coming through as well, helping out Iceberg to keep on going here. FN trying to jump to the side, but Iceberg just spamming out his slides. Is now out of mana, so might not be able to get off anymore. Though, no, might he's got the stick. Throw down one more. Does have the DD. FN walks into his face, just gets absolutely melted by the side of Na'Vi. They get 2 big return kills for Iceberg.
And that's it. He had the rune. I was saying, if Live to Win make an aggressive play, Iceberg is gonna counter that fight instantly. He TPs right away with that DD, chase them down. It's not done yet, by the way. Dream is still in a lot of trouble here. He's just gonna have to get out. Alright, the DD's out and he's out of mana. Yeah, that's it. So they got 2 kills for Mars, completely worth it for the side of Na'Vi, and the Naga also got kicked out of the lane.
Never refuse gold.
Pretty big plays from the side of Na'Vi, really starting to assert their dominance on this map. When are we going to see this Slardar making some plays, or this along with the Void Spirit?
Yeah, the problem is the Slardar is also very far behind. He really lost his lane bottom badly. He's against 2 range heroes. The Phoenix can't really help him win the lane either, and he's not yet level 6. He's only level 5.5 at the moment. We'll get a few more XP here, but maybe if the Void wants to get a play with the Slardar, he's gonna have to use a smoke. Immersion steals the haste. Big plays.
Good job.
Plays. Like at this stage in the game, these runes are worth dying for even. To not get the enemy mid.
Fairly sure if he didn't get the haste rune, then it would have gone to Iceberg, and he would have certainly died on immersion. So, his own life at stake there as he goes into that one.
Not only that, there might have been even pressure on the other lanes. Like if he didn't kill immersion after he took the haste rune, like he would hold on to that, and if Live to Win try to make an aggressive play, again he will try to punish it with that haste rune, and that's even scarier than immersion dying.
It looks like Mars was trying to make something happen top with his arena. You know, he's hit that level 6, that's want to make something happen, but you know, Live to Win, they're very aware of this. They don't want to give him the free opportunity to get himself a kill with that arena, so they're just keeping their distance. This will mean a lot of pressure coming onto the tier 1 tower, and meanwhile the same is not being replicated at the bottom at all. This Medusa is just holding her ground, farming right under the enemy tower, and there's no pressure coming out onto the Radiant tier 1 in the safe lane.
Yeah, the Slaughter's just taking so much damage from these snakes, and FN is trying to do some damage middle, but this top tower is already dead. They're just going to be able to def this mid right after that. I think Mars might be the hero who just wants to TP in first.
Yeah, get that big tanky ball in the front lines and scare them off. Looks like it's going to be Ember coming back into lane. Thankfully, the taunt will miss, but they're really not committing to this, actually. Live to Win, they're really not committing to this.
No, they're not. And this is the problem with the Naga Siren, right? The Naga can't really help you take objectives at the moment. She didn't have the best lane for herself, and she doesn't provide anything, right, in the early fights. She needs items. She needs space created by her team. And Live to Win are really struggling right now because mid and bottom also didn't go so well for them.
Certainly didn't. There's very few here to make plays with an actually Vici coming up into this high ground, looking for an aggressive movement. Looking to bring down Snako. Might be able to do so. One more click will do the job. Meanwhile, General pops the arena, takes a lot of damage. Vici is going to defend him with the snow gate, chase them back, and meanwhile the Phoenix gets speared down and killed off by Iceberg. So it's going to be a good couple of kills, and now they take control of the enemy triangle. This is exactly what we said we didn't want to see happening here, but well, it's happening.
Yeah, that was really nice for them to just go for the bounty. General instantly pops that arena just so he can secure the bounty ring. And this also leaves 2 bounties on the top side for Na'Vi to take as well.
Always want to fly, jumping on in here, Dream. He's going to have to level the ultimate, pop the ultimate. He's actually trying to set up for something, but they don't have the supernova, they don't have the ice blast. The ultimates are not available to combo up here. Always want to fly. Is actually even going to be able to survive this one, perhaps. Does get frozen fall, and Dream's going to come in and just get the QT kill. Okay, fair enough. And I'll go for General as well. Now, General's going to be careful because there's a lot of anti-armor. The A-blast will be leveled up. Unfortunately, doesn't quite clip him, so they're going to have to do it without it. But they might be able to do so anyway. They've got so much anti-armor that the Mars is going to melt. They get themselves a Venge and the Mars. This could be a win for Live to Win, but Iceberg trying to make that not the case. He jumps in onto the Slardar. Slardar needs to get himself away. Guardian spread needs to be a lot quicker than this. And Iceberg's on him like a flash, brings him down, gets himself another kill. Won't be able to get FN here, but all the same, a nice little retribution for Na'Vi and kind of settling the scores, making things even down here in this bottom engagement.
Live to Win, they tried something. They at least managed to get the Mars and the Venge. But again, these plays are not leading into any objectives. So they're not going to be able to get back this gold lead that Navi has at the moment.
They certainly are not. General, looking for the Naga here. Might be able to find it. There's a reload coming in as well. They're going to bring in the Medusa. There's too much damage for Dream to deal with. This Naga Siren, she's going to get run down. Oh no, huge kill. General sets it up with the arena. Roger comes in with the reload, brings in the big guns, and down goes the Naga Siren. That is absolutely atrocious. And meanwhile, Roger is going to get killed on the rebound, but very slight consolation prize. Oh, yeah, flies here as well.
And the Medusa gets dropped off at the top lane too, exactly where she wants to be and where she can farm very quickly. Already at the Yasha, 6,000 net worth on this Medusa. Gonna be having Manta very quickly in this game, maybe by 14 minutes even. That's a very fast Manta Nomad.
Yeah,
this is a scary Medusa already. And they got three cores leading the net worth charts right now on Navi side. So you can see how well this early game has been for Navi. And they're not going to stop here.
No, they most certainly are not. They do finally get that bottom tier 1 tower from the side of Live to win, but you know, very minor tower at this point. The Medusa does not want to be farming in her own jungle, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Air Blast is going to clip onto Roger and Iceberg.
They don't care.
Yeah.
It did almost nothing, and there's no heroes here to defend this. They got the mid tower now. Live to win, they get bottom. Sure, it's good, but mid tower is so much more important, and now Dream is just getting completely kicked out of his triangle. This feels so bad.
They even take her creeps as well. She almost had that big one, and then they come with the Slider Fist, take the big creep, and leave it with nothing.
And check out B2 here too. Like, he's also going with his team here to invade this jungle. He wants to take those creeps. They don't only want to take over the area. They also want to take away the farm from Live to Win by eating it up themselves. And B2 he's feeling really good with himself right now with the IO protecting him. The bench can also swap him out if they're in danger. At this rate, this Medusa is going to end this game without any deaths.
Does seem that way though. They found Afterlife in the trees here. He tries to make his way through. Nice little quell, but unfortunately it's not going to make much of a difference. They have found the Slider. He's going to go down, sets it back even further from that Blink Dagger. And that's the big problem, you know, Slider's so underfarmed. FN's doing okay, but still doesn't quite have enough. He's going to have to use up Iceberg to try and get himself away. Iceberg won't connect with those chains, doesn't even try it. Just lets FN escape. The General says, hey guys, how's it going? Unfortunately, this might be a little bit what he's prepared for. He's being controlled up pretty well. Oh, and it comes. Roger doesn't make a difference. It still dies the Ice Blast in the fountain, and now Roger is going to be coming back to a very swift demise, I would imagine.
Yeah, I really didn't like that play from General. Like, yeah, Iceberg must have told him that there was a arcane rune on the Void Spirit. That is the one thing you don't want to. Oh no!
Oh Navi, come on, save your buddy Syndrome. We've all been there, but this is a little bit sloppy, friend.
Yeah, I think as soon as Iceberg makes a call that hey, FN took the arcane rune, like General should have not even tried to walk up that hill. That rune is so big for a Void Spirit. He can pretty much take on your whole team, do an insane amount of damage, and that's exactly what we saw. Like Mars just popped in front of that apparition and the Void Spirit, and then this IO and Ben just trying to save him, also feeding him with 2 more kills. General though, he does find the Naga. There's no relocate here, so it's just a little bit of harassment.
Yeah, she's cool with it. She's cool. But Peachin having finished up that Manta and 1,000 gold already into that Scuddy. Meanwhile, poor old Naga Siren, nowhere near the Manta just yet. Still over 1,000 gold away from it. Not where she wants to be. That said, Slider does finally finish up his Blink Dagger. Maybe we'll see a bit more impact now from Afterlife.
Yeah, she's like 1,300 away. She's got that Manta style recipe first. I think she bought it thinking she might die somewhere, but yeah, like you said,
nowhere near was a little harsh, but
yeah, it was a bit harsh. That's what I wanted to say, because she's almost got it. She's almost got it, but the problem still, the Medusa is just ahead of this Naga at the moment. And if you want to be beating Medusa, you're gonna need to be ahead of Medusa actually as a Naga Siren.
I believe so as well. I mean, am I crazy in thinking I wanted to see Live to Win make some fights happen, utilizing the Song of the Siren into the Supernova, into the AA Blast? Like, I can see some really nice combos here from the side of Live to Win, and we just haven't seen that.
The problem with the combos is they need to be used when Navi are making a mistake and grouping up like heavily, right? But you can't be the one actively looking for that, because you're just gonna be using like time, like looking for the fights. You should be using it farming at this stage in the game. right? So if Na'Vi ever give that opportunity to make those plays, then Live to Win will take it. They can't force it.
And then they go, utilizing the blink, they're going to try to blow up Iceberg as quickly as possible. Iceberg, he has got a remnant, it's not going to be enough to keep him alive, though I don't think he's got that frostbite on top of him. Let's see, take it away. Oh, immersion! He just swoops in, drive-by, bang, bang, Iceberg, he's dead. Oh my god.
Oh good.
Utilizing the vision of corrosive haze. That was so sick.
Yeah, and he got so much XP and gold from that too. He is so happy at the moment. Level 2 egg is now up.
Oh, FN just astral steps into a spear. General's just like, oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Damn, Live to Win. They really doing something with that misplay from Na'Vi a little bit earlier with those 3 deaths. They brought the Goldie back down to like 1k. Yeah, they're getting a lot of farm right now. Like this Naga is starting to shine a bit more. She's got some good stats for her illusions to farm on the map, and I do think V-Tune is spending a lot of time like playing with the team, so just maximizing his farm.
General's such a lunatic. Get his team a kill on Snako, his team comes in behind it, but no, he just rocks up into their faces, and because he's been doing this all game, like they make these slight they don't expect him to have a team this time. They try and turn him around and blow him up, and it turns out he's got a team. Luckily, they only
yeah.
Although Dream's
he's not done yet though.
Sticking around.
Yeah, and they have a relocate.
They stun the one. They realize this. Alpha's going to jump in onto General. Drops down the corrosive haze. Swap out poison to fly. That's going to put General in a lot of trouble. In fact, he's going to lose his life. Naga going to pop the song. No, thinking about it. She's pumping it, and she's not going to use it at all. She's actually going to jump and try and kill off the Venge. Now we're going to see some singing. No, because V-Tune's going to sing her song instead. Medusa going to drop the Stone Gaze. Ultimate drop though from the Phoenix. The song at the same time. There comes the Supernova crashing on down onto the Medusa. A-Blast going to come through as well. Everything thrown onto V-Tune. The snake will fall. And the Naga is queen as they move across the Ember Spirit. Death's going to come through as well. That's flowed down, but they will be able to chop through another hero. 4 kills from the side of Live to Win. Beautiful team fighting from this team. That's what we like to see.
That
was so good. That's exactly what you're talking about, right? The team fight with the sleep, the egg combo, and Na'Vi gave it to them. Like they did not force that team fight. They let Na'Vi come into them. Mars, he went past his vision. He really wanted to find his Naga, get that relocate in, and the IO had to make a really tough decision. Am I going to leave the Dusa here, or am I going to take her back? He saw that Ember was there. It looked like it was a winning fight, so the IO decided to leave the Dusa there. Then the sleep came out, and it just completely
look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's what we're waiting for. The song with the Supernova, with the A-Blast. Like, that is exactly what you want to see from these team fights. Now, the net worth advantage is no longer for Na'Vi. These teams are equal, and the Naga is catching up with that Medusa. Still has a way to go, but she's got her manta now. That's going to increase her farming speed a hell of a lot, and allow Dream to really start to take over these lanes.
Yeah, and they're just gonna go straight into the Roshan pit right now on Na'Vi. There's no egg up. They feel like this is a good chance. No egg, no sleep especially. Sleep is like, Song of the Siren is the Rosh killer, right? Everybody just gets put to sleep and you just go in near the Aegis. So they're gonna take this chance to get it back. I was so surprised that
pretty low to Roshan. If he gets caught in this Ice Blast, luckily he's just outside of the range and it won't clip onto him. And Roshan looking like the Ice Blast is going to do nothing but help out the Roshan attempt, to be honest. Down it shall go. V-Tune grabs an Aegis. Now Medusa is going to be a whole lot scarier.
And they trade the bottom tower for this Rosh. They understood on Live to Win. They just can't take this fight without the egg or the sleep, so just get what you can off the map. It is only the first Aegis. This is not going to have like some kind of a rapier on it or anything for the Dusa. But I do feel like at some point they are going to need a rapier on this Dusa.
I hope so.
I hope so too. It's always fun.
It is. We've had some crazy rapier games in the last tournament. I feel like rapiers become more common as patches grow older.
Definitely.
Huge amount of rapier. Why is that?
I think it's just the effect of rapier. Like this rapier has been the best it's ever been.
Swap is enough to save him. No, it is not, because FN's got this fancy little Aghanim Scepter, and that's going to grab him a clean couple of kills in the middle lane and finally open up this little tier 1 tower. They're saying that they could actually choose to defend this one with V-Tune's Aegis here. They might do exactly that.
FN has been so good these past couple of weeks. He had like a really hard game, but he's kept his composure, and look at that, they're gonna go back in.
Medusa, the first life gone. Luckily they don't have an AA blast because they don't really have the mana on Zoneko. Rena's going to come down, but he's going to give his life to this one. Vici just going to drop the Stone Gaze and try and make this fight actually happen. Naga, she's just patiently waiting on the side. So going to stop the song actually and just stop Na'Vi chasing for anything more here. So kind of just countering each other's ultimates here. It's going to feel pretty bad for the side of Na'Vi losing that Aegis for nothing. Live to Win is just fighting so well.
Not only the Aegis, they lost the IO and the Venge buybacks too. So yeah, if they die, they're gone for a very long time. Like the dude said, the reason why she died so quickly there is because she didn't have mana shield on. She got hit with the taunt and then she just died instantly without mana shield on. So that was very surprising for Na'Vi. Like she got caught out like that.
Yeah, that shouldn't really be happening.
Porque seguro implica hacer los movimientos correctos para...
Все дела, как бы. Просто практически сравнялись, они учитывали.
No, not really. So Live to Win is such a big comeback in this game, honestly. Like, they just punished Na'Vi for their over-aggression in this game. And all of a sudden, Naga and Void Spirit are looking insanely farmed. FN has a Boots of Travels now. He's gonna have such good presence in this game, and they're already having a really hard time in killing him.
So all in all, the game is looking pretty good now for Live to Win as they managed to close that gap down with Medusa, and you know the difference isn't really in the Naga. This is what we expected the Naga to do, but FN is just having an absolute standout performance in this game. He's finding loads of farm, he's making huge impact on these team fights, he's setting up the kills, and he's really showing off on this Void Spirit and bringing his team back into this game.
Dire are scanning.
So what are the biggest mistakes Na'Vi can make right now to overstep, you know? Yeah, what have they been doing, and what do you want them to kind of tighten up on to bring them into a more controlled position in this game?
They just gotta play behind the Dusa, right? And if the Mars really wants to catch people, I understand you have an IO relocate, you can kill people with just the Mars arena, but Ember needs to be there. And another thing is, Ember went for a Desolator build. I really dislike Embers who buy Desolators. I feel like it's always so all in. Like people who buy Deso on Ember, it's like they don't have enough damage in their lineup, or it's just so awkward. I would have rather seen him go like this Maelstrom route, like items that can help even kill the Naga illusions. That's one thing. Yule's control against the Slaughter would also be really nice, or the Void Spirit even. Just the Deso just doesn't make sense. Like other than amplifying your Deuce's damage a little bit with your Sleight of Face, applying Deso debuff to all the heroes that you hit, like what's the point? So this is very awkward for me, I think, and Iceberg, he realized that himself. He's going for a straight BKB now to try and stay alive in the fights. He has not been having a lot of impact in this mid game.
I want to actually disagree. I kind of like the Desolator. I think with the AoE physical damage you've got on both the Mars and Medusa, it does have its value in this game. Would I like to see some Maelstrom instead? Yeah, with the way it's going, yeah, I would. But I think with the pace they're playing it before, when they're pretty far ahead, like I kind of feel like this greedy item was okay for Iceberg to go through. Unfortunately, a couple of team players didn't quite go their way. Maybe partly because of the Desolator pickup, but I think this item does pay big dividends in this game, especially if you combo it up with the Wave of Terror. It just kind of amplifies the Medusa and the Mars's output a little bit this game.
Well, you gotta play in a way that your item works, right? The way that they're playing the map out and how they want to fight, it doesn't seem like this was the best choice. Yeah. Right? If you're trying to catch people, then Deso doesn't seem like it is the best choice. Like if you want to buy a Deso, then you should be going to enemy objectives. You should be making them come to you and fight you instead of you running into them and trying to catch your opponents. So
okay.
That's why I'm really like shook about this. When I saw him queue it up, I was like, oh no, not one of these games. You know, it's always kind of disastrous in my opinion. Like it just doesn't help you live either, right? And you're playing against Void Spirit, you're playing against Slaughter minus armor. Like you need ways to deal with these two heroes like going on you.
You certainly do. You certainly do. Well, it is I mean, this scoreline is one of the most interesting things. 8-17 really does kind of highlight the difference between FN and Iceberg and the way they played these games respectively. We'll see if Iceberg's build does start to pay off in the future. It is very greedy. Really feeling like he's probably regretting things right now. Naga, she's basically got the Eye of Skadi and then going straight in for that butterfly. That's going to force Medusa's hand and probably cause her to want to build that rapier once she sees that. But that's a long time in the future. Yeah, we've got a lot of Dota we play before that point. Meanwhile, Taneko's he's just gone. He's going to get his chips assaulted by Iceberg. Easily taken down. He's looking for the next one as well. I don't think they're going to find anybody up here though.
Haste Rune, Ember, finding Apparition. Surprise, surprise. It's always so bad, unfortunately. Yep.
It does. Ooh, I like immersion. He's going for a Heaven's Halberd as the next item. Absolutely love this. Are they going for multiple Heaven's Halberds or just the one so far? It's just the one so far. Maybe like Slardar pick one up after his BKB.
Yeah, it's really good on Phoenix. It's just really nice to drop it on the Dusa when you're diving in and then you pop the Nova. And they're just not going to be able to kill your egg anymore. So, very smart item decision here. Makes it quite tanky too.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing you could have said about the Maelstrom or Iceberg as well, is that you could turn it into a Mjolnir later on and have another egg killer on your team, which feels like it's definitely needed this game.
Well, it's just so good against Naga, Mjolnir, right?
Yeah.
I just don't, again, this Deathblade doesn't also help you push out lanes as fast as like a Maelstrom would. Oh, we'll see what happens.
They're jumping in. The stun's gonna miss, so V-Tune's gonna have time to get off the stone gaze, so they're just gonna back themselves away. Dream though, thinking of popping that stone and holding them back, but no, not gonna do so. Just gonna play it out patiently here. These illusions doing a decent amount, but Afterlife and Immersion going for the wraparound here. They're looking for a big target. They're gonna jump straight onto General as they've got the Supernova down right in their faces. Swap comes out from Always Wanna Fly. FN still chasing General. He's gonna try and save him with Roger. He's gonna be able to do that. The Supernova's gonna get dropped from Always Wanna Fly. I mean, it's a kill. They don't have buyback. Come out, they've grabbed the Ember, he doesn't have a remnant up, he's in some real trouble as they're going to drop down the sword. He's got the BKB, try and get himself away. Stun comes in from Slardar, but Medusa comes in from behind. They're looking to take this fight, and they might just do so. Slardar's going to get dropped, the Naga's in some trouble. He doesn't have a song, he doesn't have anything. Ember's going to jump in, try and get his arms up, they've got too much damage. They bring down the Nagasiren inside the arena, and Na'Vi take a fight back, and now we're looking across to FN as well. General, he's got a spear available in 4 seconds. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, as General does have a bunch of spells to get himself away, so it will just be the 2 kills, but some very, very big kills for the side of Na'Vi.
Absolutely huge kills. That was a really nice swap from Always Wanna Fly first, like getting General out of there, keeping him alive. IO healed him up, and then that Ember with the BKB. I'm not sure if Live to Win saw that he had a BKB there, because if they did, after they popped asleep, I think they should have just backed off. Right, you don't have enough time to burst that Ember right away with that BKB up, and they just still stuck around, gave enough time for that second searing chains to come out, and it was just very simple for Na'Vi to just join up into the fight and kill them then.
The Spirit Brothers are having a bit of sibling rivalry down here in the bottom lane, it seems.
Yeah,
they're setting up here, they're going for this. Ice Blast coming through. Uh-oh, he's got the BKB. That's not going to save him though, I don't think. They've still got the Frostbite on top of him, and he will pop to Saneko. What an absolute play from Live to Win.
Iceberg, way too cocky. Right there. He had almost 0 mana, but he still stuck around to try and kill that creeper. He could have just used one slight walk away, come back, push a lane out, but probably forgot that there's an apparition in the game.
My 4K brain, you know, I'm seeing that guy farming under his tier 3. I'm like, he's fine, he's good. Nothing bad can happen here. Tier 3 equals safety to us simpletons, but Iceberg certainly not a simpleton. Just getting over cocky there. Meanwhile, Afterlife looking for the IO, actually finds him gratefully. Kin, the swap comes out from Always Wanna Fly, always there to save his homies. However, he is going to get run down. Meanwhile, FN, he's looking to finish off the IO, will do exactly that. Dream not really committing to too much here as they finally take down the middle tier 1 tower at 28 minutes into the game. It will crumble, but this really does just reiterate the problems they have with pushing down these towers on the side of Live to Win.
So this all started because the Ember died bottom, right? It's a 4v5 situation. Live to Win are like, it's go time, guys. Let's try to surround this mid. They get 2 picks on the supports, take the mid tower. They lose so much map control on Na'Vi now. Live to Win has an incredible hold on this map at the moment. They have to wait for the IO to come back. By the way, the IO is dead for this long because of that buyback from earlier in the game. Yeah. If you remember. Yeah, so they're going to need to wait 30 more seconds before they can actually penetrate this high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
Meanwhile, the side of Na'Vi have a quickening charm. I'm a little bit surprised Ember Spirit doesn't want this. Seems like he's Meanwhile, Supernova in the middle lane. They're going to try and drop them down as they get on top of the Medusa. She's going to be controlled up right now. Supernova's going to crack onto her head. They blow down the load spot, but the entire team just piling onto the Medusa, and they will be able to take her out. Meanwhile, Wally's sort of fly also goes down on the side, but Medusa's being way too far at the base, whilst the Io was dead.
Navi, they're really crumbling here. All they had to do was just wait for the Io to revive and then pair up with the Dusa, and that's it.
Iceberg, not again. Iceberg, no, he pops the BKB. Is it too late? Then they've got the stun out of Ronan trying to come in and help him out with the heal. He's actually turning it around. Zala's going to be the one who goes down instead. FN's got to run himself away. They don't get the kill on twice, but this time he comes through.
Yeah, that Io with that overcharge, so much attack speed for the Ember. That Imclaw Desolator doing a lot of physical damage at least. Naga, that's a real Naga.
Oh, that was a very much needed man to dodge there from Dream. He's going to try and go TP away, and they don't unfortunately have the spells to stop her doing that.
Yeah, if that Naga got pinned there, it could have been very scary with the Venge coming in.
Cut off indeed. Destruction now found. That was on the side of Flip to win. Well, anyone can take that on their team.
Yeah. Oh, Ember with an Orb of Destruction. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Minus 11 armor and a big slow applied. Oh, Slaughter is actually TP behind Navi. Wait, this could be bad for Slaughter. Do they see him? They must have seen him,
He's
right?
under wards. They absolutely know about this, and there comes the Eels. He doesn't have his BKB for another 2 seconds. Not that it's going to matter. It's like chain lock him down, and they will be able to take down that fishy. See you later, bud.
That damage. Incredible. And Roshan, it's up.
Oh no. Immediately, they need to do something about this, and they are sending in the illusion, they are sending in the AA blast. They're gonna know this is going on. Is this gonna be enough to scare back Navi? It's not. There is no buyback on the Slaughter. That is a problem. That is a real problem. They're gonna try and do this. Supernova comes in on top of them. Seneko, he needs to try and help him out here. Nothing is stopping them from killing the Supernova. It's gonna go down. B2 gets a kill. Roger always want to play a fight to defend the backlines. It's getting exploderized as Dream trying to play around here. Chains out come in 10. Manta in response. FN and Dream just linking up with each other. Also killing Kuriak actually on the side. Navi holding the high ground, but FN says no, he actually comes to the TP, he snipes him! Iceberg gets wrecked, and now he comes straight back into the engagement. No, he's looking for revenge. The Yules from FN, the jump away, there's so much wasted. Seneko, he does get left behind a little bit, drops down the air blast, connected onto 4 heroes in his dying breath, but FN is just absolutely playing them at this point. Dream, he's thinking of doing something here on the backline. This is so risky, but they can't give away this Roshan. Emerging with the buyback, they're going to have actually be able to chase him away from this pit. V2, he doesn't want to turn his back on Roshan, but he might not have a choice here as Live to Win heroes coming back into the mix. They don't have their ancient apparition. Navi have everyone. It's going to be a really tense few minutes here for both of these teams as we decide who gets Roshan. Looks like Navi are coming back into the pit. They've got V2, they've got Roger, they've got Always Wanna Fly.
Oh, this is such a
scary.
That was so good from Live to Win. Just even sacrificing that Phoenix to pop the Nova and delaying this Aegis. They don't have a sleep anymore though, so it's very hard to actually commit into this.
It's going low. They want to make the steal. They're coming in forward. Can they get there in time? They cannot. V2 gets the Aegis, and now we're in a really awkward position to the side of Live to Win. It looks like Half-Life might just get chopped down by the arrows of the Juice. A blast coming through, doing a decent amount of work. And cheese comes out from Iceberg, keeps him alive. And then as he finally bitten off all the Nikki Tree, does get that Yules off onto himself, but unfortunately doesn't have the spells. Will get mowed down by the Juicer. He can pop the Stone Gaze, and Immersion's going to be the next target here. He's not going to survive this one either. Oh, Left to Win. They tried so hard, they got so far, but yeah, it just doesn't matter. Dream does pop the song here, should get herself away, but that was real close there. Luckily, the Langasira does escape, but oh my god, what an absolutely catastrophic series of events for the side of Live to Win.
Yeah, they really did not want this Aegis and Cheese to go the way of Navi, especially with Iceberg having spent his buyback there, and now with the Void Spirit dead and the Phoenix dead. The Phoenix did buyback in that last fight. They feel so confident to just walk into the high ground here. Not a problem. Iceberg got some minus armor for the power too. Yep.
I've never in my life seen an AA try to split the creep wave.
I mean, they don't have any more waves, so they're not going to be able to go to the top racks anymore. They're just going to have to go back and try to kill this apparition.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Did you see that? He TP'd back in front of the creep wave. Navi stopped chasing him, and he's just like, just kidding. I'm still eating the creep wave.
Attack. Radiant are scanning.
Just bought enough time, but he's probably gonna be dead now.
Worth it.
Yeah, but he's
So
fine back.
worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah. Oh, he's not dead. He's fine. They gave up. They gave up.
Neko, God, wait. And then what are they doing here? They're TPing in with FN. They're looking for some plays. They're looking to go for something. FN's going to jump to the forward, find himself some revenge. General's even hanging around. He's got to be careful. Luckily, the silence doesn't quite clip onto him, but FN, he's got this Yules. I spoke to the neighborhood as well. Will they control that? Answer the question. Dream's going to throw out that net. They've got him locked down. Medusa is in from behind. They're going to pop the arena and try and make a fight of this one. So Neko a bit too far forward. He's going to get cut down. Meanwhile, Green actually just inside the arena. The Naga is dead. Uh-oh. They got a little bit too overconfident. So Neko shaking his boots a little too hard, and now they're in some trouble. Afterlife, he's going for a run, he's going for a swim, gonna move into the tree line and try and TP himself away, but they see him, they've got the vision. Somehow they're picking him out desperately, but they won't have the lockdown to stop him getting out. But all the same, Dream dying, you know, every time that happens, it's a huge stumble for Live to win.
Indeed, they need Dream to just constantly be pushing these lanes out, delaying Navi's pressure, and with 40 seconds being down, they can get all these lanes out, try to take these towers bottom, or maybe even go into the high ground top. I doubt they're gonna go high ground top. It looks like Dusa really wants to farm out these creeps first and try to make her way to the rapier. That's what she's got planned next. And this is really good, right? You got the Io to support you.
Yeah.
You got the Marvs who can protect you with the Lotus and buff you with the Solar Crest. And this Rapier Dusa. I'm not sure if Lit to Win have an answer for this.
I'm not sure either. They've just lost so much in the past few minutes that this game's just completely turned on its head. What would you put it down to? The previous mistakes? Was it bad shot calling or a couple of individual misplays?
So that last engagement, I mean, it all happened because of Roshan, right? And that was because of Slaughter. The Slaughter TP'd onto the outpost where his team was like nowhere nearby to be able to help him out. And he also didn't pop his BKB when, you know, he was in danger. So he pretty much died back to back, was dead for like almost 100 seconds. Now he had all that time to like plan out this map. So when they were doing the Roshan, Live to Win just kept throwing bodies at this pit so they don't get this Aegis and Cheese, but Navi did manage to kill this Apparition who didn't have a buyback, and it was still a 4v5 for Live to Win. So they couldn't go back in and protect that Roche the second time around. And Navi with this second Aegis and Cheese, we know what happens on second Aegis and Cheese. Like a team just completely takes over the game.
Yeah. Very tactical match here, and they're actually trying to look at Medusa here. I mean, she's still got the Aegis for another 40 seconds, so not really the target they can realistically take down.
Oh, she swapped her item. She's not going for the Rapier. Going for the Butterfly. Indeed. I guess because the Aegis is running out, right? She doesn't want to really make any risky plays at the moment. But maybe for the third Roshan.
Sameko, buddy! Well, he's actually trying to force the Medusa forwards, drops down the A blast now onto V2. They might be thinking of TPing her away with Roger. Definitely need to. They've still got that Aegis though, only for 10 seconds. Have to be cognizant of this Navi. Live to Win, they might want to make that strike happen right as that timer runs out. Try and catch him off guard.
Oh, they have so many words outside them space for Live to Win as well. Aegis is out. FN just clearing some creep waves. This is really good from FN. Dude,
I love this guy. He's playing them so hard.
Yeah, he's got Spider Legs, Boots of Travels, Kaya, and Sanj. Like, he's good.
Alrighty, well, Aegis gone. Navi, though, certainly not feeling that perturbed by the fact they don't have the Aegis anymore. They've still got V2 sitting at 26k gold.
Is that 3 wards outside of Live to Win's base they planted for this fight? Where's the sentries, guys? Oh no.
1 sentry, 3 wards, let's see it. Slaughter, a bit of everything right now. This fight might just be starting to focus a lot of BKBs pop to Slaughter. They get the Stone Gauge, Song immediately gets a response from the Naga Siren just to reset. And they might be setting up here. They've got the A blast coming down onto the Medusa and the Io. They're going to land on the perfectly. FN coming in with the sides as well. They just want to bring down the Io as quickly as possible. Comes out for Voice of the Fly, trying to keep Roger alive. They might just do something. No, FN slides on the backline. Little Supernova comes up the front. They're not going to be able to do anything to take this down. So now they haven't played defensively. They're still trying to look for something. Ice Rush pops Saneka. Okay. He's got a Daedalus apparently. Well, Saneka just found that one the hard way, but now he's getting down here. He does have himself a slider fist. He does have himself a chains, but unfortunately the net connects from Dream, and that's going to put an end to Iceberg. Die back from him. 120 seconds. No Ember Spirit. They didn't get the big Medusa kill, but they got just about everybody else.
Yeah, that fight was so difficult for Na'Vi to take because of that vision that Live to Win had outside the base. They had 3x the vision. So they could see the support, they could see the IO, they could see the Venge, and it made it so easy for FN to just jump in, find that key kill onto Roger, and Na'Vi just had to start backpedaling in this fight. Like, there's just no way they can stand their ground anymore. This is huge. 80 seconds for Ember.
There's going to be a lot of damage down there. B2's actually pretty far in the front lines, but oh no, FN, he gets stepped out. General catches him. Oh, the first real mistake we've seen from FN here, but it's a biggie. It's completely going to stop them being able to do what they want, and now the reload forwards from B2 and Roger, but the TP's away from Live to Win are in. Meanwhile, Dream is playing risky. She's trying to cut some waves here. Will not be seen, but yeah, should be okay. He's looking, he's hunting. They find the Slaughter. Uh-oh, Spear comes in. B-Tune's on top. Pew, pew, pew. Taste my arrows, little fish.
Alright, Na'Vi, they're gonna completely dominate this map. 60 more seconds on Void to revive. And if both spirits are off the board, then I think Na'Vi are the ones who are gonna be very happy about that. This Void Spirit, pretty much the only hero who can actually get rid of Roger in these fights. Oh, there it is. 3 words? Oh no, he only found one.
He only found one. That's very sad. Oh, they might find Sneko though. Sneko does pop the Ghost Scepter. Snake's gonna catch him out, slow him down. Beaching on top of him. Down goes the AA. Gets off the AA Blaster's final words, but unfortunately, that is his AA dead. Support has buyback at least, but they might not be able to stop these barracks from falling.
Oh, look at that attack speed.
Yeah, that's insane.
We got Solar Crest, we got Rogers Overcharge. Dusa has Scotty, Butterfly, Mjolnir. All these items giving a massive amount of attack speed. Man. Dusa is just insane right now. I can't wait to see the Aegis plus the Rapier pickup for B2. I mean, not that he needs it, but it would be pretty cool, right?
That's
You're just a masochist, a sadist, so you just like watching people suffer, don't you? Watching this juicer walk up the high ground and then going, you have nothing to do with this.
You asked me a question earlier about Rapier, why it's become so popular. Well, I think it's just a change to the item where it gives you 100% piercing on evasion. In the past, it didn't have that special ability. It didn't have True Strike, right? Yeah. So it was just like raw damage, and it was just an absolutely terrible item at that point. And I think it only gave like 250 damage as well. So back then it wasn't that good of an item, but now that it pierces evasion, it's literally the best for dealing with butterflies and any small evasion talents or halberds and stuff. And it does, and it gives a lot of damage too. 330.
Yeah, it certainly does. It certainly does.
Oh yeah, there's also that part. Yeah,
that little factor. Nice little cherry on the cake. We got a bit of smoke that's coming down. Icebergs with the invis though, right on top of their faces. He's gonna say what up to Slaughter. Slaughter might be in some trouble. Pops a BKB just before the spear comes down. Now Icebergs for a bit of revenge. They jump with the mask. Might be able to take it down. Sword comes in. Always on the fly once again. That's super over on top of V2. Try to take it down. The Missile Blade comes out from the back of Siren to stop that egg from falling. Meanwhile, the arena on the backline though is gonna catch out both Afterlife and FN. FN still has a stealth. Try and make his way around this. Meanwhile, General finally is gonna die. He's not actually enough dash coming in from the Medusa. It's too much. Dream gonna pop the song and just try and TP yourself away. They are bailing on this one, and they will be able to do so successfully with 3 of their heroes, but losing their Slaughter, losing their Phoenix, and losing Sneko as well as General gets on top of him. I don't think he's going to be surviving this one somehow. Another hero goes down, Live to Win. They just can't win these fights unless they go absolutely perfectly for them.
Oh, they can't. They're just way too far behind now. The Dusa is level 25. It's just like a lightning and ice show in the fight. The Naga Siren just like can't even stand in the fight to attack this Dusa or anybody else because it's just getting constantly slowed up. Slaughter, same thing, slowed up, takes so much damage, doesn't really have much armor either, and now they got an Aegis up. They're just gonna walk bottom, take tower, high ground, no problem for Na'Vi anymore.
Not at all. Not at all an issue. Oh boy. Live to win. They've performed admirably. The comeback potential looks real, but unfortunately Na'Vi, they pull it together. And now, well, this Medusa, I mean, she's got more items than she knows what to do with. Her backpack is full.
Going for a Moon Shard next. Gonna eat that up.
Casual. Yeah,
Not going for
just
the
one
rapier.
hit the tower. Moonshot.
I mean,
Moonshot.
At this point, B2 understands the only possible way they're losing this game is if he drops a rapier somehow.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Oh, cool, a leveler for V-Tune.
Very cool!
Yeah, some more attack speed, that's what we need. Oh, a double damage for V-Tune. Very cool. Great. Jesus.
Yep, that's looking like a high ground now.
No, don't go for the smoke, Na'Vi. It's not the time. Trust me, guys, it's not the time. Live to win. Might be going for a bit of a suicide smoke here. Maybe it'll pay off. Let's see. Oh, God, they now spot the double damage to Medusa. Do we really want to run into this, guys? I don't think we have a choice.
They need to fight. They need to fight this. They need a high ground egg that's gonna get this.
Alright, here we go. Jumper always want to fly, so there's not going to be any swaps available. Meanwhile, they jump Roger in the backline. Both of the balls taken out beautifully, but now V-Tune arrives and she is not messing around. Uplife gets dropped like a rock. Meanwhile, the song is going to come down. They're going to try and pop the reset button here, Live to win. A little bit of miscommunication, it feels like, though. Sneko a little bit late to TP on this one. He's probably going to end up losing his life. Immersion FN getting themselves away. Unfortunately, Sneko will get taken down now. He really comes down onto Dream. Dream could be in some trouble. Doesn't actually have any illusions up, so V-Tune's going to be able to sit here and smack the Naga Siren. She has to fly back opposite immediately. But man, that is not how she wanted to use that. Now the tower under siege by the Medusa. She's just taken. Oh, they actually have a rapier purchase from Iceberg. Okay. Interesting.
Right.
So there's that to deal with now. FN jumps forwards, trying to find a target. They knock down this Medusa pretty nicely. That's not really the target they want. They want to support. Look back. Roger's going to die. He's not coming back. They've got the Ender Spear somewhat locked down, but in comes the Supernova. The swap comes through as well, just messing up with Dream. Iceberg's so low. They can finish him off, but unfortunately, it looks like Dream's going to be the one in some real trouble here. Medusa completely untouched, completely unfondled, do whatever the hell she wants in these engagements. They try to deal with everybody except the Medusa, but they cannot do it. She is just too damn strong, and now your GG's gonna come out. Na'Vi will win game one.
Hey man, Live to win. They fought admirably in this game. They were behind, they didn't have the best laning stage, but they made some cool plays, punished Na'Vi's over-aggression. I think they did the best they could with the lineup that they had. That being said, like Na'Vi, I feel like they outdrafted them, and we saw at the end of this game.
team ban.
Like AM hates fighting into this impetus, and AM also cannot kill the Ench because of that level 6 ultimate that Ench has. Just reduces AM's attack speed to nothing and just becomes so hard.
Your harvest and protect yourself.
Yeah, I don't really understand it myself, but I'm sure Live to Win, I'm sure Na'Vi have a plan on how to make this anti-mage work. What it is, I don't really know. I mean, again, you know, Chronosphere, pretty good versus AM. If you pick up a Viper here as well on the side of Live to Win, like, I feel like you're gonna have some serious problems, because obviously you can just drop the AM super quickly inside the Chronosphere. If you drop another Toxin in, that just enables the Void to bash him down. So, I mean, I imagine that's probably going to be the next ban from Na'Vi, or do you think they're not really that scared of the Viper possibility?
No, they don't care about Viper. They have too many physical damage output heroes that they need to get rid of. Like right now they banned Legion, Beastmaster. These are heroes that AM will now have a good time with, but also will buff Live to Win. Slaughter, there you go. 3 offlane heroes that they already had to ban out. And now this gives Live to Win pretty much option for so many different heroes that they can pick. They can pick what would they want? I mean, they pick the Axe now to try and take that away. Any physical damage, essentially. Like Templar Assassin could be an option for Live to Win at some point. They're not the last pick. It could be good.
5 seconds.
Trying to think off the top of my head, a lot of offlaners are already banned right now. I don't think Live to Win should have banned Mars. They could have taken it for themselves.
Yeah.
That could have been good.
Yeah. And with the Axe on now as well, there's not that many offlaners left in the bucket here for Live to Win. But yeah, I mean, the physical damage is probably what they're going to end up going for. Yeah, they have their options open to them, honestly.
There's a Magnus still in the game. There's a Mag available. That could be a possibility.
Yeah,
Mag Void.
Yeah, strong potential.
Yeah. It's also a strength hero that AM wouldn't have the best time against. Probably better than all the other heroes. Like these 3 that they banned at the Legion, Beast, Slaughter, they were good bans to protect the AM.
Yeah.
They go with the Shadow Demon, so it's gonna be a 4 Shadow Demon against Anti-Mage, so you're gonna have that disruption, burn the mana of the AM in the lane, so it's not so bad. Also, throughout the game, like AM hates getting disrupted. That being said, there is Counterspell that can reflect the disruption. If you ever get Counterspell onto Shadow Demon, you can sometimes just solo kill him, which is nice.
yeah, that can be pretty funny. You've got quite a few options for playing, but Axe absolutely loads playing into Shadow
Demon.
This guy's just super annoying. If you don't catch him inside the core, you know what he's going to do? He's just going to disrupt you, and you're going to feel pretty bad about it. So you can't really get off your spins, you can't really get off your damage. Yeah, it's just a really big save, and just can be pretty annoying as well. Just general frontliners don't like playing into Soul Catcher either. I don't think Demonic Purge, Demonic Purge is just always annoying. It doesn't have any particular specialities this game, but still going to be very annoying for the Axe to play into. And Shaman now picked up from Na'Vi. They want themselves some lockdown, huh?
Yeah, I think this could be like a 5 Shaman, or maybe what could be happening is they're flexing their Lina till the end, right? To see if they can pick another mid laner. Then they're gonna give either Iceberg the Lina, or they're gonna pick another position 5 hero. Right? If they want to make Lina and Shaman the supports, then there's a possibility that Always Wanna Fly will play Lina, play with the Axe and the offlane as a 5, and then Shadow Shaman will be played by Roger as a position 4. There's also a possibility of that. But he'll play with the anti-mage. Because I think Shaman needs to be like a 4, in my opinion. Like it needs items. And I have seen like Always Wanna Fly play Linas or position 4s as 5s.
Yeah,
and
also.
Ooh. Okay. So this is
that's cool. I like it because the snap is mid, damage chrono, strength hero, right? And then if you get to level 20-25, you get that you know the right click from your shredder, and that stuff destroys anti-mage. Like it actually destroys anti-mage. So like their late game now is looking pretty solid against AM. They really didn't feel confident in picking like a TA because you don't want to have like dual carries in this patch, to be honest. So they don't go with the TA pick, but they do get the Snapfire, who can be very strong throughout the whole game.
I really like what they're putting down as well. I really hope we get to that level 25 and get to see some little shredder with like, you know, Daedalus and MKB and just smash heroes inside the Chronosphere. That would just be very funny.
Very funny.
indeed. That's what I'm really looking forward to as well in this game. But they have the damage of Chrono now, so anytime Void has Chrono up, like they're just gonna show up to a fight.
10 seconds remaining.
Snapfire's gonna ulti. That being said, Na'Vi, they need to hunt the Snapfire. So they need to hunt Snapfire, they also need to hunt Shadow Demon in the team fights. Because if you don't cancel the Snapfire's kisses, you're gonna get absolutely wrecked in these engagements. But one problem they have right now is a lot of the good offlaners are gone. Like, Na'Vi is also banning the Centaur out now. Like, this is an offlane graveyard right now.
Navi's turn to ban.
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way, that's for sure. Final ban's coming out, they get rid of the Ember and the Evoker on the side of Live to Win, Navi with the Centaur as mentioned before, one will ban out from them, but yeah, there's really not many offlaners left for Live to Win.
10 seconds remaining.
What was the one you mentioned earlier? The Mag. Is Mag still an option or no?
Mag could still be an option, yes. I'm thinking Elder Titan actually.
Yeah, it could be nice as well. Sets up nicely for the Snapfire.
Yeah, Void too. Like, that's crazy damage.
Yeah.
Inside the
that could be interesting.
That could be interesting.
Oh, they banned it.
No,
same wavelength. Yeah, that was a good ban. I mean, we're stretching it right now. CK? Do we got a CK in this game? Yeah, we do.
I'm getting pretty crazy here as well. Spirit offlane. Can you dig it?
No, I don't dig it. I don't dig it. That hero doesn't do anything to anti-mage. That hero's a magic hero now. Chaos Knight. I want Chaos Knight here.
You want Chaos Knight? Okay. I'm gonna put my chips down on... Yeah, Magnus. Let's see it.
Mag or Chaos Knight.
That guy.
That guy.
What about that guy?
Bloodseeker. The only problem I have with Bloodseeker right now is they're really lacking the disables now. Right?
Yeah, there's really little, just free stuns you can throw out at people.
And now they get a storm.
Oh boy.
That was a good storm pick.
That's a free storm.
That's a free storm.
That's a free storm.
That's the problem, right? Like, you pick this Bloodseeker, sure, it's a decent offlaner, it can do decently well against anti-mage, and there it is, always want to fly. It's going to be playing the Lina as the 5, and then Roger's going to be playing the Shaman as the 4. And I still expect Lina to be paired with the Axe and the Shaman to be paired with the AM. Now, Bloodseeker, man, they don't have stuns anymore. That's a pretty big problem.
Oh, I just got excited over something very, very nerdy. Roger's got himself that cosmetic, you know, the frog cosmetic, which like turns Shackle into a tunnel.
Dude, I still need it. I still need it.
So sick.
Yeah,
anybody wants to trade me? I'll trade them a Rubik Arcana for that headpiece. I will do it. I think that's worth it, right? I think Rubik Arcana is worth it.
I don't know. So stop using this platform for your dodgy backroom deals, Steven. Honestly, get out of here. Let's get into this game. Game number 2 of Na'Vi versus Live to Win. Who do you think is going to take this match, Steve?
You know what? Live to Win, this Bloodseeker last pick, wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I still have to go with them. I still think Live to Win. They're gonna make this a 3-game series. I would love to see a 3-game series here too.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay.
I think I've got to go now. I do like Live to Win's draft as well, but this Storm feels free. Like, I guess until the Atos comes out.
This is the biggest gamble I probably in my life, okay? Like, Na'Vi have like stuns on every hero. They have an anti-mage. Like, that, for me, the only reason why I'm betting against Na'Vi is because they have an anti-mage, right? Like,
okay. Your hate of anti-mage.
Yeah,
true.
I don't bet on anti-mages. That's just for sure. So I'll play for Live to Win. Yeah.
You'll play for Live to Win. Okay. So you want to place down some wage, you know, a £5 charity bet on this one. The loser has to donate to charity. If Live to Win take the victory, then I'll pay it. If Na'Vi take the victory and you pay it.
How about a tweet? How about we bet a tweet on this game? Yeah. If you win, well, I'll tweet something that you want. And then if I win, you'll tweet. Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna get you to tweet. Twitch chat is smarter than me. That's what I'm gonna get you to tweet. I'm just letting you know right now.
I mean, you know, fair enough. I can take that. It's not that bad because, you know, at least maybe some guys will be like, you know, come around to my side like, yeah, this guy finally knows, finally a caster. Anyways. All right, them's the stakes, them's the odds. Course, guys, know what you think in the chat. Let's get into this game. Love to see a bit of Ukrainian pride as well. You know, I love when they do that. Navi, whenever they've got the blue and the yellow player, they like to draw the flag on the minimap. It's really cute. Anyways, let's see how this one works out. Iceberg's going to be playing at mid, pretty uncontested in the Storm Spirit. Wow, he's ranked 25 on the Storm Spirit. This guy's playing a lot of Storm.
Magic is an abomination.
Gotta fear it.
Yeah, he is. He's a really big time Storm player. I feel like he plays every other game Storm Spirit against on Navi.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to watch him, and they always stack for him too. Plenty in the game. Ooh, I just realized something. No matter.
Very nice. What's that?
That was nice. They're actually putting the Lina into the safe lane, and they're putting the Shadow Shaman top. So this Lina is not gonna have that same level of impact, and it's not the best babysitter for anti-mage as well.
Meanwhile, a bit of zoning coming out from both teams. Sneko just going to force back V2 and always want to fly. Meanwhile, top, Roger gets a bit of damage off on the Dream, also back under the tower, and also goes for the small cap block as well with that sentry. So, all things considered, this game's looking probably more even than the last game. I think we both agree. This one is looking very, very close in terms of just drafts and what can happen. But you know, in the landing phase, anything can break down. I think in the mid, we're probably going to see FN with maybe a little advantage until level 6, and then the Storm's going to start to be a bit of a threat. Maybe look for some rotations. Meanwhile, at bottom, boys want to fly. Gonna get silenced up here, surrounded by dire heroes. They've got a lot of damage coming out onto the Lina, but it's not going to be enough to bring him down as she makes way under the tower. And will survive, so the 3-man rotation to start off the game doesn't quite go the way they wanted on the side of him to win, but still a good amount of harassment coming on the Lina.
Yeah, they were hoping for a first blood or something of that sort, maybe onto the Lina or something, but that's okay. Sneko is back top. Shadow Shaman gonna be bullying out Enchantress for a bit, especially since she has Enchant level 1.
I love the fighting over the small camp hero. It's like, no, I will do one. And he's got so much right click damage, and with the Aether Shock as well, just you can't trade with the Shaman level 1. He does so much damage.
Yeah, Sneko does have another sentry available though. Try and get rid of that.
Some high octane support dewarding on dewarding. Roger is aggressive. Look at this dude coming under the tower to get some more hits into the Enchantress. He's gonna find the courier as well. A stick will not survive. I think he tried to give it across to Snake on the last second there, but couldn't quite do so. Roger gives him the old tip as well. Very, very aggressive play from Roger. And another D-ward. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, we have the anti-mage being played by V-Tune with Always on the Fly being played by, playing the Lina. And Afterlife will be on his Bloodseeker and Shire Demon being played by Immersion. So one little combo we haven't really mentioned, which could catch out the Storm and the anti-mage if they're really good with it, is of course the disruption into the Blood Right. Now I imagine they've just got this one very well timed, so we'll see if they can actually land that one. That'd be pretty clutch if they could.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We see V-Tune already not scaling up his mana break just because of this disruption. Lina, nice stun before she gets silenced up. I think she was just dead there if that stun didn't land, so Bloodseeker would have been able to just chase her down, get a few hits. So, does have a Fairy Fire though, so maybe not as close as we think. But still, lots of pressure that's going to be coming on bottom lane. I really don't expect V-Tune to scale up this mana break at all in the laning stage.
Really? That's how much he doesn't want to get his own mana burn.
Exactly. The Shire Demon can just disrupt the AM and put the illusions onto Lina, and it would be way too
middle lane, Iceberg getting very low, and then can't quite finish the job though. He's out of spells, but still. Oh, now the bottle picked up in a timely fashion by Iceberg here. And so nearly brought him down. They got very, very close to securing the kill, but in the end couldn't quite do it.
Yep, 4-minute power runes. We're gonna be looking out for that. Snapfire's bottle not quite here yet. Opted for the Bracer, then the Magic Stick first against Storm Spirit. Enchantress going away to the far jungle camp to get a creep. So far Navi doing really well on lanes. as of right now.
Smashing it.
Axe doesn't really have a lot of last hits, but
Lena.
neither does the Faceless Void.
There's actually so much bursty on this Lena that she's never really in trouble with the Fairy Fire and the stick. Meanwhile, up at top, Roger could be the new target. The Dream trying to bring him down. They've got the Sentinel Stomp as well, and that will be a first blood. Dream gets a kill with Saneko, and they're going to be able to get that nice amount of gold for their carry player.
That's really good. They needed something like that. This Void only has 10 last hits in the top lane. Who's getting the rune? Oh, we got the Snapfire, double damage.
Ow.
Not the best rune for the Snap, but still gonna be able to deny a lot of creeps against Iceberg.
Yeah, that's the thing. Iceberg not quite 6 though. They're keeping in the Shaman here. Interesting as they go in with the Electric Vortex. FN playing it quite defensively though. Yeah, they were trying to bait them in, looks like.
Yeah, FN does pop the DD now, so it looks like Storm's just gonna leave this lane, go jungle, not gonna fight into this double damage Snapfire.
Yeah, makes sense.
Saneko now. Saneko's almost level 3. Once he's level 3, that's when it gets really annoying for this Axe lane. The level 2 enchant having a 60-second creep available to just keep following this Axe around.
Yeah, the enchant with the impetus, just a lot of harassment damage into this Axe, but so far so good for Genly. He's been able to take very good control of this lane. That said, with that kill, Dream's going to be able to get himself something at least. But yeah, net worth, you know, he is still the poorest core. Just not waiting to be as a Void.
Yeah, Saneko now coming in with that Ghost Creep to help him out.
Good creep to find, that's for sure.
Yep.
Ignoring the Axe, trying to go for the kills, but Roger's going to turn around with that lovely shackle. Unfortunately though, I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, the Iceberg goes down. They will get the kill onto Roger at least, but Dream taking some damage from this. Has a 6 stack of magic wands, sorry, 9. So we'll be absolutely fine. Mid lane, a death. It looks like... oh yeah, they did use Mortimer's Kisses for it. Yeah, the old cookie into Scatter Blast into Mortimer's Kisses. That's a freebie.
Exactly. It was just a cookie into the, because like Storm was not level 6 yet. Still has like almost 1 creep XP away from 6. He might have just wanted to wait for that before he came to the lane again, but taking full advantage of the level 5 Storm. FN now level 7.5. Very high in XP. Like his next rotation to one of the side lanes is going to be so devastating for Navi.
Yeah, this is a scary Snapfire. Meanwhile, I'll say it comes down to Immersion down at the bottom lane. GG going to turn around. Oh, the counter spell catches out Immersion. Taking a lot of damage from himself. They'll throw down the... no, he's dead. Vici gets himself dead. Right clicks galore. One more hit will be needed. Creeps. Oh, it's not enough. Always with lifelines. Right click. And they will take out Immersion. Always one fly ring tanking that damage from the Blood Right just to get a bit more harassment on the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, up at top, they get out the shackle, but the Iceberg comes in and gets a kill. Dream gets pulled down. The big rotation in from the Storm Spirit secures a kill onto the Faceless Void as he continues to have an absolutely miserable time up here in the top lane. Oh, and again, you know, we're seeing a similar story. FN winning his lane at mid, but the side lanes are going not quite as well as you would like on the side of Lift to win.
That's okay for now. Live to Win's timing is definitely going to be around 10 to 11 minutes when the anti-mage is going to be sitting in the jungle, not wanting to join fights. Top lane, Roger and Saneko both getting a little bit low here.
Oh dear, down goes Saneko and Roger. The support's just trading, but generally they'll not be out of the woods yet. If a bash comes through from the Faceless Void, he could be in some trouble. Did they have the Hellbear Smash? They don't. Okay, so Axe going to make his way out of this one. Hellbear Smash won't be able to get that salve, unfortunately. Pretty even trade up on top lane, all things considered. They're saying that Dream's actually been able to get himself a ton of CS after this as well. He's kind of taking control of it.
Yeah, he's okay. He's got Chrono up, Snapfire, 1 TP to top lane. They're going to be able to get a kill onto the Axe. That's what he's waiting for right now, but the Snap does not have a TP up for another 30 more seconds.
Bottom lane, in comes the Mortimer's Kisses, but cancelled out by the Mana Void. Vici just throws down that cooldown to make sure FN doesn't follow up on the kill onto his one to fly, and that'll be that.
Iceberg's coming in.
Will that be that? Yeah, here he comes. Iceberg joins the fray, looking for the Shadow Demon Cookie on the forward. It's going to be an unsafe Immersion. Iceberg really wants it. He's hungry for it. Haste under the tier 1 tower. The absolute Lunatic's going for this kill, taking so much damage in the meantime. He has got that haste rune though, and it is about to run out, but it doesn't matter. He's made his way to safety, and they will not get any retribution for that kill. Afterlife, meanwhile, just shoving his head into this bottom lane. That is going to be that.
You only get a shot even. That's okay. Oh.
Rupture out onto his one of fly. Cookie forward as well, and that's going to secure the kill. I'm just going to grab that with cookie damage. Very nice.
Oh, iceberg mid, no mana.
Oh no, Seneko catches him out. Void tries to go with the Chronos Spear, gets into the Hex. Doesn't matter though. Comes down the other side. Drops a Chronos Spear. Does bring down that storm. Now look at overall as well. Roger doesn't have a counterplay. He's going to drop as well. Incredible rotation in from Lift to win this middle lane. They take down two massive targets.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And just like that, they're gonna be able to pressure up this mid tower, and this is what Navi hates happening. This is where anti-mage can't do anything, can't join the team fights really, doesn't have really good mana boy targets. They have to force the Lina and the Axe to TP mid. Axe cancels out though, so he's gonna still continue to stay top. That means Lithuan have a chance to just go back into this tower again.
They want to, but two more TPs coming from Navi. My goodness, they love this tower.
Dude, that's so much space now for Lithuan, right? They can't make any plays on bottom now or the top side. This gives an opening for Lithuan to make a smoke play, but they are kind of low on mana. What's up?
If you want some relationship advice, just find a girl that loves you as much as Navi loves their middle tier 1 tower. You're set.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, everybody loves their middle tier 1 tower though.
Not as much as these boys. Meanwhile, Snake, B2, and Iceberg. Yeah, this is a dead little deer, unfortunately. That buys Snake.
Yep, 3 cores, doesn't have untouchable yet, unfortunately. Dream is gonna chill top though. He's not feeling scared of anyone, to be honest, up here. But he's also not gonna be able to farm, so he's just gonna get out.
Wow, my guy's going Midas. Interesting.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
a bit awkward, but you know, it's still a farming item, right? That's what Void does. He just needs to farm.
Is under attack.
So
Dire's structures
go for it.
are fortified.
Gives him that mad attack speed as well to get off those time locks, so I don't hate it. I don't love it, don't hate it. Kind of meh.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
has
I
fallen.
think Void is one of the heroes where like Midas is kind of acceptable on right now because it's a pretty huge DPS item for him too. And Midas, Master Madness, like pretty much everything Void needs.
You know what? During the broadcast, we should come out with any wish lists, suggestions for the patch coming up. Since we have an engagement in the middle lane, Roger's going to be the target. One of his kisses coming over the top. They're going to be able to bring him down with relatively easy. Even through a couple of Iceberg always want to fly as well, chasing them off. But yeah, for this patch, you know, I want something I've always wanted. Is that when a hero gets to 100 HP, I want you to be able to Midas them. Minus an enemy hero or a friendly hero.
I mean, that'd be pretty OP though, because now you can't outplay your opponent, you know? What if you have a big magic wand and then they Midas you right before you finish your wand? That feels bad.
Don't let yourself get to 100 HP.
Let's not make Midas mainstream. Thank you.
Alright, what about 1% of your HP, Paul?
No.
No. Damn it. Dazzle's officially.
So awkward.
Dazzle's already dead, but we're just gonna make him even more dead. Anyways. Always want to fly. Having some troubles in the middle lane. Seneko starts the engagement here. Dream's gonna come in as well, and I think they're gonna be able to drop this Lina, though. Does return with the Laguna Blade on Seneko. Now I'm trying to follow up on the Enchantress. Dream finally deals with his fly, but Vichu's gonna come in and take down Seneko. And now Dream's gonna be in some trouble as well. He has got the Time Walk available, but he's getting his health taken away. Time Walk away. In comes V-Tune, getting on top of him. Faceless Boy on the run. Does he have a team? I don't seem to be here. Steals the double damage, but in comes a big man of Void to take down the Faceless Void. Where were his teammates? They didn't seem to be coming.
Yeah, they were kind of hitting the tower middle. And then they're like, oh shoot, our Void needs help. And then they try to go over there, but it was just too late already. That was really convenient because V-Tune was nearby, sees the one hit on the Enchantress, blinks and hits him, and then Storm's like, oh hey, Anti-Mage is in this team fight. That's not normal, but let's just go for this Void anyway. And then just burn his mana slowly but surely. Got a pretty big kill now. That's gonna help AM quite a lot actually.
Certainly is. Certainly is. Well, this game, it's certainly spicy. I still think Na'Vi are in a pretty good position. AM, he's top of net worth. Iceberg's having a pretty good time as well. These two greedy cores have gone through the laning phase with relative ease. It's really about how much pressure Lift to Win can put in the next few minutes, and they're going to try and do exactly this with a smoke at mid.
Yeah, the mid tower dead. Is jungles are quite exposed for Na'Vi. I would love to see these kisses actually go on a much more important kill than just the supports. I feel like they haven't really done as much as they could have pairing up these key spells from Lift to Win. Like what? You got Rupture, you also have Chrono. We haven't seen those go onto the AM or the Axe yet, and I think these two are the big kills right now.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But Dream's not going to be really that interested in using his goal. I mean, maybe he should be. I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like this guy just wants to hit creeps, but at the same time, I think he should be fighting when his Chrono is up. What do you think?
He doesn't have a TP right now. If it's like a really easy TP into Time Walk Chrono play, then he'll do it. But he's not going to go out of his way to pop the Chrono at the moment, I think. The smoke play from Live to Win doesn't really hit. They managed to take like a creep stack, but that's pretty much it. I think Live to Win do want to fight though, right now. They're just a bit cautious because FN is 200 gold away from the Ags, and that could be a big item that can help them in the next engagement.
Yeah, they're just gonna be patient, wait for it, get themselves this lovely Aghanim Scepter, and blast the Bloodseeker into the engagements first.
Yeah, the only thing I hate about waiting is like sometimes you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, someone's like, oh, I got this item on the way, I got this item on the way, and then eventually the enemy just has everything they need, and then you go fight them. But sometimes you just gotta follow your senses and just go with the play. Get a kill, build some momentum, and then you're gonna get your item eventually, regardless.
Oh boy, talking about getting items though, Storm has finished this Orchid, and Navi want to make a play with it. They are smoked up into the enemy jungle, seeing what they can find. There is an Echo into the tower, not the most high priority target, but certainly will go down and take out on top. Looking forward from General, oh my goodness, it just drops so much onto the ball. Oh no, Emergent TP this one as well. Dream gonna pop down the Chrono Pit, trying to bring down the Storm Spirit. Afterlife here as well to drop down the Blood right perfect from Live to Win as they get one. They're going to look towards General as well. General goes for the TP away. Meanwhile, always one of the flies going to get killed off by Afterlife and Dream. Meanwhile, that's an easy TP out for the Axe. He's going to survive this, but all things considered, a big win for Live to Win. Navi getting a little bit carried away with that play, but there's always a but. The anti-mage, he is just farming his little pants off.
Yeah, and they also get the mid tower too on Roger. So they even that out too. It wasn't actually the worst loss here.
Call it mid. Uh-oh, it could get a bit worse. They jump forward onto FN. He needs a way out of this one. He doesn't have one. He's going to get popped. Featuring gets himself a kill onto the enemy mid lane. The highest net worth hero on the enemy team goes down. Now it becomes a win for Navi.
Big win. Big win there for Navi with that Snapfire getting killed off. Anti-Mage also gained the last hit too. He's going to be so close to that Manta now. Just like what, 2,000 gold? Oof, we're looking at like a 18.5-minute Manta.
Radiant's top tower is
Not as good as last game, but you know, considering he's got a Battle of Fury, I'd say it's pretty damn good.
Oh, it's really good. This is as fast as it's gonna get for an anti-mage, and they get an immersion kill too. Oh, dude,
yeah,
really crumbling right now.
He was kind of stuck. He was just kind of chilling in the tree line, hoping Navi would just leave. And they didn't.
They're not gonna stop chasing Dream.
Surely not. He has a hero that can't full hit. Oh my god, he doesn't.
He needs to fight. No, they want to fight. They want to fight this. Okay. Like, he has no TP, they have no way of actually getting out.
It's close. Meanwhile, they'll jump on the V2. V2 is going to flick himself away and get himself killed. He didn't really have a choice there with the models because it's coming through, but there we go. Chooses to rip off the band-aid, use a Rupture, and get himself killed by Bloodseeker instead. Meanwhile, though, always will go down in the back to Dream, so... Alright.
There we go.
There you go. That's how you rescue Private Faces Void.
Yep, that was a really good bait from him too, and then they're like chasing him. Everybody from Live to Win TP's down. He makes it really hard. He let Navi know that he's still there, pretty much, right? By using that time dilation. And it's like, oh, I'm over here, guys. Chase me. And it gave enough time for Live to Win to TP in and get this big pick off onto the anti-mage. So that 19.5-minute Manta, not looking like it anymore.
Time for the big questions, though. Did he actually come to lane without Town Portal Scroll to, you know, to make that bait happen?
No, he did not really expect Navi to follow him all the way. He just was following the creeps, to be honest, on Dream. But it worked out in the end.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Firing in the void. Don't find anyone, unfortunately, but there we go. Sad trombone, very fitting.
Anytime the anti-mage now on any creep wave, FN will not hesitate to just gobble up and toss someone in there. No. And he's gonna have to be very careful because that does a lot of damage. Ooh, sneaky Roshan from Navi. Sneaky.
Oh dear. He's going down pretty quickly. They need to get themselves over here. Will they figure it out?
Iceberg is showing bottom. This is super sneaky rush from Navi here.
Really, really good. And there is absolutely zero inclination on the side of Live to win currently. This Roshan is happening. It is taking some time though. They have time to figure it out, but do they? They've got a blood right now. They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea this is going on, and this is going to be a really, really big play from Navi. 3, 2, 1, and we're in some trouble, and Bloodseeker's actually going to get dropped as well. The dunk comes down, Afterlife will fall, and Beeching picks up the Aegis. A very fortunate event to the side of Navi. They are so far ahead right now. That's scary.
That's scary.
Yep, and also just 600 from Manta. This Aegis is going to help this anti-mage a lot in terms of joining the next team fights with this Manta style. We kind of see here and there where AMs, even though they have Manta, they don't feel comfortable blinking into engagements unless it's perfect. But with Aegis, he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, do you even think they want to fight that much though? I think they just kind of want to take any engagements which they view as being good, but otherwise just kind of farm up and find you in the late game probably.
They probably want to fight. They have the Axe with the Blink Playmail, they got the Storm with the Orchid. This is the timing where they're actually stronger than Live to win, so you want to push your advantage. Roger finds a Bloodseeker.
Yeah, they have got a cookie. He's actually coming up right into their faces to get the gobble up throwback, trying to turn it around onto Roger, and they'll be able to do that perfectly. Cute little play from FN as the anti-mage tries to blink himself away, but he's been ruptured up. That's going to be his first life go. Pretty scary to come close. Iceberg actually going to come around the back and nab the kill for the Bloodseeker. It looks like they have the damage. Looks like they do. Oh, disruption comes in. The Chrono Spade lands just onto the Storm Spirit and the anti-mage as he respawns. Bloodseeker trying to limit himself away from them. He's got to be so careful, but they're going to be able to bring down the Storm. Beautiful Chrono from Dream. Beautiful plays from Live to win. They neutralize the Aegis and get themselves killed into the Storm Spirit in the process. That is how you do it.
Oh, they were looking for that anti-mage kill too, but General make that clutch Berserker's call onto the Void. I feel like he should have done it before the Chrono came out, but he really waited. He still gets the Void, saves the AM at least. The Storm does die, but that's okay. The Storm kill is not that big of a deal for Navi, I think. The anti-mage getting away is definitely going to be way more of a win here. And also Chrono's on cooldown, so they can just go again.
Yeah, they need to. But watching that replay back, was the axe cool? I don't know, it kind of felt like he didn't want to blink into the Chrono there, I think is what his decision was. So he waited until the Chrono came out and then just tried to catch him on the edge, which he did so very, very well. Probably saved the AM, but couldn't save the Storm. Yeah, all the cookie lands. Oh no, Neon Beeching gets killed, Snake on the backline. Face of Void! Oh my god! What the hell just happened?
What?
How did he's dead, folks.
Alright. That's a terrible trade now for Live to win.
3 spins. 1,300 damage reflected by the Blade Mail. Beeching gets another kill. Jesus, spinning tops, eh? Pretty strong.
It was also because of Mask and Manish, right? It reduces your armor, so your physical damage gets reflected to you, and it does even more damage to you because the Blade Mail is reflecting physical there. Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's gotta feel so bad for Live to win now. They finally found this axe. Finally, they're gonna get a pick off on him, and the Void dies for it.
Yeah. That's a face in the keyboard moment for the Void, unfortunately, because that's one of those things we didn't expect it. He didn't expect it. It's just Dota. Sometimes she'd be a cruel mistress. This time, most certainly was the case.
Yeah, the anti-mage just keeps getting ahead of this Face's Void. Now up 4,000, 5,000 gold almost. That's an entire big item B2 has over Dream here. And this is where the big difference is in this game. The 2 carries.
Scary stuff, these carries. Scary stuff indeed. Well.
Iceberg now has a BKB complete too. He's gonna have a pretty easy time going into the backlines and shutting down FN now.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be their main to try and just disable this player as they jump forward onto Dream once again. Emergen's going to come in, throws down the disruption. That might actually be enough to save him, but no, they get the Orchid out before the disruption comes through. Emergen's going to TP himself away. Dream dies for a second time in a row. His game has just absolutely been slammed into a brick wall.
Bottom.
Okay, there's some interesting plays going on. Looks like they're looking for a very greedy play onto the Snapfire, and this has not really gone how they hoped. FN gets himself the double, and yeah, that was very greedy.
Now they make 2 plays at the same time. They saw the anti-mage top, so that was like, okay, 3 heroes top, so Lina probably only has an axe down here. Let's try to make a play. They do really well in getting 2 kills. So this game's gonna come down to FN now, I think. Like, the Phases Void is kind of really falling off at the moment. Needs that BKB, but FN, if he gets that low shredder, use your attack damage, it's gonna be doing a lot of damage after that. He's already queued up the crystal. That's it.
Yeah,
he knows what's wrong in the game now. Exactly.
Yeah, he did have the MKB queued up, but instead decided to go for the Chrysalis, realizing that they're probably going to need a bit of damage a little bit earlier than that MKB, which I think is definitely the right call. They are actually in a lot of trouble on this live to win side. Like 1 or 2 more fights, which go really badly for them, and you know, it's going to be second Aegis going the way of Na'Vi, and then they're probably going to be on your high ground. Need some answers quick. So let's have a look at some items. Storm has BKB and Orchid, absolute menace. Not going to really care about the disruption of the science combo anymore. Only really fears the Chronosphere, to be honest.
Shadow Shaman. I feel this game, Roger has been having so much impact, like, on this hero. And I love the build too, just maxing out Hex, maxing out Shackles. You have so many disables against this Void and this Bloodseeker. It's really nice, and it makes pretty much live to win half the focus Roger no matter what. Or else he's just gonna be locking your heroes down. I really like that. Aetherland's going for Blink next for that positioning.
Yeah, the Aether feels so good when you're playing into Chronosphere as well. Just drop down the Hex sometimes unexpectedly. Very, very strong. Meanwhile, all the time, we haven't really seen the same kind of game impact coming out. I mean, Shadow Demon's made a couple of good saves. The Enchantress did quite a lot in the laning phase. As usual, it's kind of like this hero which runs around throwing spears at people in the mid game. But yeah, not really quite having the same game impact as the Pulse on the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially, like, Soneko just... Not sure what really happened to him in this game. Maybe it's just too much magic damage, or he doesn't really have that hero who can lead the fights for him. I guess they're kind of lacking on that. And looking back on this draft too, I really like my feeling on this Bloodseeker was right. You know, it just doesn't feel that good in this game. His score is like 4-6, but the amount of impact he's had in this game doesn't feel too hot.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of been the solution to the anti-mage though. The only kills they've had on this anti-mage has been from ruptures. But I agree that like the anti-mage wouldn't be such a problem. Yeah, well, true. But you know, the anti-mage wouldn't be such a problem if they'd had a better hero in the laning phase to kind of put some pressure on him. But there we go. They didn't really have many offlaners to pick from in the end, and that was the one they decided to go for. Bounce runes will spawn, it's going to be 2 for 2. FN nearly level 20. Needs just a level and a half to get there. It's so important for this team that FN hits that level. And they can actually offer something inside these Chronospheres to bring heroes down.
The multi-shot from 25, that's a huge one too, right? You get the crits, and then even if you see the anti-mage blink in, you can hit pretty much the Mantas and the hero all at the same time, and just find the real AM, try to kill him.
Here we go. Wraparound players being made from live to win. Soneko leading the charge, doesn't really mind if he pops the smoke and goes down. Just looking to set up for the Chronosphere, but Na'Vi, they are hyper aware of this. They drop the wards and they get themselves away. General with the out, FN. Oh my goodness, a fraction earlier and they would have caught him. But not quite there in time, and not the hero actually gets out right in front of FN's face while he sees 2 of them TP away. Instances from getting a stun cancel there.
I'm not sure if you noticed that, but when Soneko planted that ward, the ward of Na'Vi that was on top of the sentry died like 1 second before that ward came down. So when that ward came down, they're like, guys, there's smoke right here. Boom! Storm zips out, Axe blinks away, Lina goes into the trees, and they just get out. Just like that. So unfortunate for Na'Vi that they don't catch anything. Sorry, so unfortunate for Live to win that they don't catch anything here.
Absolutely brutal. Well, that is a big waste of time and a big loss from Lift when they really wanted to try and make something happen with his Chronosphere. They didn't. Now it's back to the drawing board, unfortunately, but they're going to try and put some pressure on tier 1. Unfortunately, they're shoving in these lanes inside of Na'Vi very nicely. Mid and bot being pushed in pretty damn hard, so they're going to have to come back and deal with this one.
Yeah, the anti-mage is so big now. This Abyssal Blade, he can pretty much burn all of Void's mana in the fights before he BKBs, or just jump onto the Snapfire. It's gonna go straight up into the high ground, and Live to Win have to react to this. They don't have the option to just keep going.
27 minutes into this game. This anti-mage is just so far ahead of everyone. How much gold ahead of the Void is he now? That's looking like it's 7,000 gold ahead.
Yup, he is 7,000 gold ahead. I mean, this game, Live to Win, they had to make at least 1 or 2 plays that would have netted a kill onto AM, right, earlier on. That's a chrono, or AM messes up a blink, and then you get like a rupture on him or something, but they just couldn't do it. And one of the reasons why is because like the Bloodseeker is not a setup in this game either. So the Void's pretty much your only setup to the AM. He didn't have a lot of threats. Every time he saw Void go off the map, he was just like going into a really defensive position on B2.
Well, we have Storm jumping forward, just grabbing that regen rune. Really wanted that one. And now they jump forward onto FN. Nice. Oh my goodness! That was perfect from Roger. They bring down Dream and FN. The corner go not move forward for more. Shazzy is going to drop a buyback, comes out from the Faceless Void. Not sure why though. This fight is already dead and buried. And Snake, he's going to be going to the ground right next to all the teammates. Another hero dead. Iceberg with his regen rune doing whatever the hell he wants. That is just not that's just
yeah, that was a word. He had a word on the high ground, and it was so easy for Na'Vi to just find the best possible target, which was the Snapfire. We know how important FN is. He's the one who does all the damage on the side of Live to Win. As soon as he's dead, there was no more fight there, and
like
that's it.
They could have made something happen with that Chronosphere, but Roger pre-casts the Hex onto the Faceless Void, cancelling out the Chrono immediately. Yeah, they have the vision, they have the fight, that's it. Want to be aware of those high ground wards. Big misstep from Live to Win. Pretty much costing them the game. I mean, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to come back from this one. Daddy Gaben says 2% chance. I imagine that's probably going to drop a little bit further when it updates and realizes the bottom ranks have fallen as well.
Yeah, I mean, Live to Win was pretty much one team fight away from making this game even, and now they're like probably 3 team fights away before they could even make this game close. That being said, they need to take, you know, some baby steps. Use the chrono, maybe get a kill on AM. We saw AM lose all his mana in the last fight.
Yeah, they have their cooldowns. Axe just gonna jump in though, sees everybody. Hey guys, how's it going? Gets a call off onto 2. Ice's gonna follow up as well. They'll be able to drop a shadow, even though he does actually get the disruption off onto himself. Dream can't really find a target to drop that chrono, and now the Abyssal Blade comes onto his face. Oh no, anti-mage gets on top of him, kills off the Faceless Void. Effort on the rubber, they're just gonna call it him, and that is it. And that really is it. The GG well played, the cool, and the celebratory Laguna Blade onto a creep. As 30 minutes in, Na'Vi will take game number 2, drawing this series out to a 2-0 close. That was clean. That was a clean game 2. Very nice.
Very nice.
Indeed. And huge props to Na'Vi's top lane. I think Axe and Shadow Shaman did such a good job at just shutting down this Void, essentially making the game so hard for him. And Live to Win, now this Void who has to catch